Hey guys, it's Danielle and I am back with another process video. Now today I'm going to be working with my Felicity Jane Emmeline kit and I'm just showing you some of the papers. I think they're absolutely beautiful and I knew I wanted to use a bunch of them on my layout. So I went to Pinterest for some inspiration and I found this really fun grid design and I knew this would be a great jumping off point for my layout. I have just the one photo to use and I knew I could kind of mimic that grid design into a layout, and so that's what I did. Now off camera I cut down all of my different papers that I wanted to use, and you can see that it really does follow that design that I found on Pinterest. Now on that design there was a bunch of gray squares which I have cut out, and then there was a blue circle, and that's where I'm going to be using to place my photo. I'm not going to cut my photo in a circle or anything, but I'm sticking with that placement of it. Now I'm just showing you some of the embellishments that came in my kit. I don't know where I'm going to exactly go with this layout beyond this, but you can see I have a bunch of options available to me, so it should turn out great no matter what. Now, I know that I want to do some layering behind my photo, but this layout is pretty busy, and so I want to keep it kind of calm as far as my layers go. And so in my stash, I dug out a bunch of sort of white or airy type layers. So you can see here, I pulled out a white tag and I have this glassine bag that some embellishments came in this. And then I have a little piece of vellum, and these are all, in my mind, great options to use for layering pieces. So you can see I have my squares stuck down and in place, and I did end up trimming these down just a little bit more so that I'd have a thick white border around my whole layout. Now I did cut out some scalloped squares to layer behind my photo, and at first I wanted to use pink, and I cut out a couple different sizes of squares with the pink, and I decided no, I want to go ahead and just stick with the white. I felt that having white behind my photo made it pop just a little bit better, and so that's what I stuck with. And now I'm going to go ahead and just work on getting all of my layers down and in place. So I start with getting this tag down, and I know that I want my that scalloped square right behind my photo. So I kind of stick that in place, and then of course I am going to fiddle with the placement of that tag, because that's sort of my base layer. I want to make sure that that is where I want it before I really start working on the rest of my layers. At this point, I think that I want to put a title beneath my photo, so I'm kind of keeping that in mind as I'm placing that tag down. I don't end up using any sort of title on this layout. It just, by the time I got it all taken care of and done and all of the embellishments down and the different layers, I just felt a title was going to be maybe just a little bit over the top for my liking. So in the end, I didn't do a title, but like I said, at this point I thought that I might, so I wanted to make sure that the spacing of everything would be good. And now I'm just working on my layers just a little bit, making sure that I like them. And once I know that I like how everything is placed down, I make sure everything is very secure so that it will stay on my layout. And just really trying to decide, do I want any more layers behind my photo, or is this good enough? Or just kind of thinking about all those choices as I'm getting things stuck down and in place. And then from here, I start pulling out my embellishments and start thinking about what other things I want to add to my page. Now there is this banner that I cut out from the cut apart sheet, and it says happy, and I thought that would work perfect on this layout, but it just felt a little bit too busy. And then I found this circle that has a heart on there, and I thought that would look perfect and would work perfect on this layout, and so I know that I like that there. I pull out a couple of these tabs and play with those for a little bit. Now it was here that I find these little arrows that say these moments. I think it says these moments are smile worthy, I think, which is perfect for my photo. So I thought I'll have to use those. And then I play with it for quite a bit and move things around. And so I cut a lot of that out. But at one point I decided I do want to add a few more layers behind my photo. And so I went back to my stash and started looking for some more white layers, and I find this doily. And so I decided, oh, that will be good. It will add more texture behind my photo, but it's still sticking with the white theme. You can see that I had thought about putting those little arrows, those word phrase arrows, down on the lower left hand corner, but I decide I don't like that. I want to keep sort of all of my embellishments around my photo. So I move that back up, and I'm just gonna play around with these just a little bit. I pulled out some of the wood veneer hearts, and then there was some puffy sticker hearts, and just there was a couple different heart type embellishments that I thought would work perfect on this layout. I'm pulling out this word phrase sheet to see if there's any words that I could add from that, but I decide quickly that I don't want to add any more wordsy type embellishments. So I decide to get my heart stuck down and in place. I do kind of go back and forth with the placement of these hearts just because I want there to be a nice balance. So what I ultimately decide doing is making sure there's a puffy sticker heart in each corner of my photo and some wood veneer hearts in each corner, and then I decide that that's balanced enough and that it's good to go. And from there, I pretty much call this layout done. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to link to the Felicity Jane blog down below. So don't forget to head on over there and check out all of the fun projects that are happening over there. The Felicity Jane design team is amazing, and I'm continually being inspired by everything that is happening there. So like I said, I'll link to that down below, and then we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.